Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Obviously not in the beer room at the moment, it's just too damn cold. And I work outside in the daytime and I put my body through all that in the daytime, and it's nice to be in the warm. So I'm in my kitchen with the washing machine in the background and baby stuff in the background, because obviously I'm now a granddad, so that takes some getting used to. So tonight's review is from Robinson's, who actually make chuffing washing machine. 9 minutes away. They make Old Tom, an Old Tom with ginger, which is probably the best ginger beer in the world at this time. Anyway, I'm going to review tonight Iron Maiden, or it doesn't say it these days. Oh, it does. Yep, Iron Maiden Trooper, a premium British beer, and it's a 4.7%, made in Cheshire, England. There's a load of writing on the back, but there's no chance in this light that I'm going to read it. So we'll give it a pour, see how it goes. And if you look, it's even got a decorative top. I don't know if you can see that you can just about see that. So yeah, I've come to the warmth. Couldn't take that cold any longer. So I have had this before, only one glass though. And I'm sure I've had a light version of this that I got from Beer and Bargains once. But at 4.7% it's not exactly overly strong. So, it looks like a dark amber in colour. Nice white head. Oh, a bloody washing machine. Good carbonation coming up. Or lacing, and whichever you want to call it. Smell wise, can't really get much of a smell from this. I have got condition washing machine. Oh Jesus Christ. Next time I do a beer review, there won't be a washing machine on in the background. I do apologise. So yeah, it looks a decent pint. Let's give it a whirl. Nice and malty. Reminds me of a typical British beer, I put that in the same sort of region as your Spitfires, your Pedigree, Old Speckled Hen. It's that sort of beer, it's a classic, and it hasn't been out that long, because I can remember when it was first released. But yeah, I mean, it looks good. Can't get much of a smell from it unless it's just in here. There's lots of aromas in here at the moment, because I've got that on in the background, that washing machine. I've got my youngest son's dinner in the background as well. That's the only down of it not being in the beer room. It's not as quiet, but it's warmer, and warmth trumps quiet, I'm afraid. At least tonight. So, we'll have a look on the internet, see what other people think about it, because what's it called again? Trooper. So this beer has been reviewed a hell of a lot on ratebeer.com. Even on Google it was saying over 1,000 reviews, which is, you know, it's a good amount of reviews. So it's obviously, I mean, they're calling it Robinson's Trooper here. Well, they will do when it shows up. Ah, here we go. So from 1,031 reviews, 3.04 out of 5. So not bad really, considering how many reviews. So someone's given this a 3.9 out of 5, so that is a good review. Of course I picked it up because of Iron Maiden. I mean, come on. I honestly was expecting it to be odd and not very good, but it's actually a very well balanced beer. Very light caramel sweetness with a honey aftertaste, but not an overwhelmingly cringy malt sweetness with that gross penny-like taste. Budweiser in brackets, so God knows what that means. Actually kind of perfect if you're considering a beer for the appreciation of malt rather than the hop. So yeah, this boat's got a good point really, you know. For people who want malty beers, this is a nod to that rather than the hoppy beers. If you're considering a beer for the appreciation of malt, it's very good, very crushable. We'll pick up again. This is a 3.7 beer, review rather. Haven't had this one in about a year. Decent beer from a lovely band. High carbonation, golden brown body with small head. Nice malty sweetness with mild bitterness in the finish. Not much in terms of taste, but definitely an easy-going beer that is easy to drink. And the final one, I could just kill that washing machine. Pleasingly dark amber, this beer comes with an interesting nose. I detect something very akin to sting and nettles. Okay. Along with a lager-like component and a hint of orange. Bitterness develops very nicely on the tongue, but the finish is just slightly too sour and thin. Minimally so in both respects. Rather a good beer, but it doesn't somehow grab me. So, one of the comments commented the fact it was more of a malty beer, and for me this is a nod to the more standard bitters rather than the hoppy varieties. What it is though, definite caramel, and toffees as well. Not much of an aftertaste. I don't know where somebody said there was an aftertaste to it, but and it's amazing. I've drank a beer that I've never tasted before, 5.2%. This is a 4.7%. A beer that I've not tasted, God, for a long, long time. And after both of them, I mean, I'm halfway through that glass. Yeah, just over halfway through the glass. And in less than a pint and 2/3, I'm, you know, I can feel it on the edge. Amazing how new beers can really, you know, make you feel like you're tipsy, even though you shouldn't be. You know, for somebody who drinks quite a bit, like myself, I shouldn't be tipsy on less than 2 pints. But it, you know, in another way, it's great because it's like, oh, 2 pints and I'm getting drunk, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's good, cheap. But it is so strange, you know. So, you know, the aromas, there's not much on the aroma, to be fair. The taste, it reminds me of more of the old-fashioned beers, which is why I said the beers that we had earlier. But it's got some nice taste to it. It's very hard to pinpoint what you're tasting. It really is, you know. Different maltiness and what I've already said. But it is a nice tasting beer. Which has just gone down the wrong hole completely. Not in the same class as the Robinson's Old Tom or Old Tom with ginger. But it's not a beer. This is, to me, is more of a mainstream beer. Something to take on the likes of, like I've already said, Spitfire. Oh my God, throat. Old Speckled, Tanglefoot. You know, John Smith's. Although it's a league above John Smith's. But you know, the more mainstream beers, it's definitely one of those beers that tackles those head on, and it does a very good job of doing it as well. Ooh, can't believe how much that has hit me. Really can feel it. 2 pints and I feel battered. Unbelievable. You know, you should not be feeling battered on 2 pints, but well, it's not even 2 pints. It's a litre. 2 pints is 1.1, or just over 1.1. 1.16 if you're being really. So, out of 5. Wow. For a more traditional tasting beer / real ale, rather than a craft beer, I'm going to give that a 4.3 out of 5. That was a really good effort, and you can see where it's aimed at. It's aimed at your traditional drinkers. It's not aimed at the craft beer drinkers, but you know, for somebody who drinks, I mean, it says premium British beer. But you know, that is nice. Definitely one to try again. More so than the previous review I've just done. Anyway, thanks for watching from this different location. I need to lie down. I feel drunk. Well, see you again soon. Cheers.